Up until 2 years ago, my only knowledge of AI, artificial intelligence, was limited to the 2014 movie Ex Machina. An evil robot who just so happened to share my name, Ava, kills her creators and then goes rogue. The fictional plot illustrates a real societal fear. AI is going to destroy the human race, but not before it takes away our jobs. Now, humans have always feared new technology. We thought the human body would melt, traveling on trains at the mind-numbing speed of 30 miles per hour. The telephone was thought to be the instrument of the devil and attract evil spirits. Still, our fears of AI aren't exactly unfounded. Bad encounters with AI have seen negative press recently, from self-driving car fatalities to uncanny bipedal robots that look like dogs but have superhuman strength and speed. Good boy? But in 2016, this Ava learned that artificial Avas have much to offer us. I was one of the 24 girls selected to attend a summer camp, AI for All, co-founded by Dr. Fei-Fei Li, director of the Stanford AI Lab and the head of AI for Google Cloud. One group of us campers learned how natural language processing can scan tweets during natural disasters, pinpointing areas in need of relief. Another focused on how computer vision can improve hospital sanitation by monitoring doctors' hand-washing habits. I ended up working on a project that used a machine learning algorithm to analyze cancer data sets, to identify and classify tumors. I learned that AI algorithms can analyze vast amounts of data, more accurately and efficiently than human minds, and can make predictions by identifying patterns in data sets. Turns out, AI is the most transformative technology of our time and can tremendously help improve people's lives. Today, AI is called the driver of the fourth industrial revolution, or the new electricity. And just like electricity, AI is poised to revolutionize every major industry, like transportation, manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. A recent Northeastern University and Gallup poll found that 85% of Americans are already using artificial intelligence products. But AI isn't just powering voice assistants or recommending Netflix shows. It is increasingly being used to decide, for instance, who gets a loan, who gets a job interview, and who gets granted parole. If AI is making key decisions about our lives, we need to be sure its assessments are fair and inclusive. The challenge now is to make sure this technology benefits all of humanity, including marginalized groups, and is developed by a diverse community of thought leaders and technologists. I will always remember what Dr. Fei-Fei Li said during that summer camp. AI will change the world. But who will change AI? What she meant was, while we apply AI to the greatest challenges of today, it is crucial that we ask, who will be building this technology? Who will define AI? And who will be the future leaders of AI? Research shows that when people work in diverse groups, they come up with more creative solutions. Unfortunately, diversity is sorely lacking in this field. According to the American Association of University Women, only 26% of computing jobs are held by women. African Americans only make up 3% of the computing workforce, and Hispanics just 1%. In AI, the statistics are far worse. For example, only 13% of AI and machine learning CEOs are women. And at the largest AI conference, Neural Information Processing Systems, only 10% of the authors last year were women. A diversity crisis in AI means that right now, this technology is being built by a predominantly homogeneous group of white male engineers living in the Silicon Valley. This makes AI more prone to be implanted with unconscious assumptions and biases. Let's be clear, machines aren't biased, humans are. There are no independent machine values. Try asking your refrigerator about consciousness. AI is like a big mirror. Its algorithmic values reflect those of its creators. So, how does bias make its way into our software? To teach computers how to recognize voices or identify images, you need massive data sets. Those data sets are made by computer scientists. And if those data sets are mostly made by white male computer scientists, then they will inadvertently reflect the experiences and worldviews of white men. Without diverse perspectives influencing AI, we will end up coding sexism, racism, and other biases into our lives, furthering the marginalization of women and people of color. There's also a bias to what kinds of problems we think are important. Timnit Gebru, co-founder of Black in AI, explains, if we don't have diversity in our researchers, we're not going to address problems faced by the majority of people in the world. When problems don't affect us, we don't think they're that important. And we might not even know what these problems are, because we're not interacting with the people who are experiencing them. Now, we've already seen examples of biased AI systems reflecting larger social prejudices. The Google Photos image labeling algorithm classified Black individuals as gorillas. Researchers at Carnegie Mellon found that the Google online advertising system was more likely to recommend high prestige and high-paying jobs to men rather than to women. A ProPublica investigation revealed that the criminal justice system was using a risk assessment tool, Compass, to predict a criminal's likelihood to reoffend. The study found that the algorithm was incorrectly labeling Black defendants as future criminals at twice the rate of white defendants. And more recently, a study by MIT student Joy Bulamwini found that facial recognition software from Microsoft, IBM, and Face++ could correctly identify a person's gender from a photograph 99% of the time, but only for white men. For dark-skinned women, accuracy dropped to just 35%. So, how can we help tackle this issue? One way is by giving the next generation of girls early exposure to computer science and AI. Right now, only 40% of high schools offer computer science courses, and AI concepts aren't even taught as part of that curriculum. We also need to break this stereotype that to be in tech, you have to be an uncool, antisocial nerd, and all a girl has to look forward to is a hoodie uniform, and as one computer scientist put it, a sea of dudes. Abandon ship! After seeing a gender gap in technology, I formed my own nonprofit, Girl 2.0, which is focused on debunking the myth that coding is only for boys, by rebranding what it means to be a computer scientist. We accomplish our mission through AI workshops and hackathons that encourage girls, as well as minorities, to think of computer science as a fun and creative field. An additional barrier to entry is the fear around AI, like these warnings from people such as Elon Musk. AI is more dangerous than nukes, or AI could create an immortal dictator from which we could never escape. In general, women are driven by the desire to do work that benefits their communities. So this perception that AI will supposedly destroy all of mankind prevents girls from getting involved in this field. We need to advance the public's understanding of AI by emphasizing its humanistic applications. At my AI for All summer camp, Some of the girls were working on programming self-driving cars, which is pretty interesting on its own. But one of the populations it's going to help the most is the elderly. Adding this humanistic mission to the teaching of technology definitely made AI much more appealing to the girls. Another way to battle algorithmic bias is to reduce workplace bias. Women shouldn't just learn how to code. We need to be elevated in leadership positions more frequently as well. People with power in tech, especially white men, must make it a point to get women and people of color a seat and a voice at the table. Young girls also need to see more female representation in AI, beyond just Siri and Alexa. They need more relatable role models to know that they will be welcome at any corporate boardroom or in any tech company. My advice for girls and minorities who are excited about getting into AI is to be curious about your passions. Take a course and see where it leads you. Talk to your school administration about the importance of coding classes and clubs. Seek opportunities to collaborate with others, and reach out to mentors in your community who can help foster your interest in AI. And on the flip side, if you're in the position to be a mentor and aren't mentoring, there's no time like the present. When I was in AI for All, I was inspired by the work of one of the guest speakers. After camp, I reached out to him, and to my surprise, he allowed me to work in his research lab at a university. This mentor not only took the elevator up to success and opportunity, but he also sent that elevator back down to me. Today, I'm working on the interpretability of machine learning models for genomics. These models aid in the discovery of the binding sites of transcription factors, which are proteins that control the expression of diseases like Alzheimer's and autism. Being able to do this level of novel research that has the potential to do social good has truly been the greatest learning experience of my life. Homogeneity in AI is an emergency, and we have to do something about it now. This is a historical moment and a huge opportunity for women and minorities, not only to explore what AI means for us, but also to reframe and lead the discussion on its governance and ethics. It is time to reflect upon our values and determine whether AI will replicate the injustices of the past and become the ultimate expression of white masculine control, or if it may, in fact, become a powerful tool for the benefit of humanity as a whole. Thank you.